Hi, welcome back to my channel, and this is a sound off on the Real Housewives of Potomac, the reunion part 3. Okay, so like I said in the last video, this Jacqueline segment really was a wash for me. The two of the Stooges came up with this lie upon lie upon lie to get the both of them airtime on the show, and it flopped. Jacqueline couldn't hold up her end of the bargain, and Mia just kept coming up with outrageous lies that they didn't agree upon. And that's pretty much all I got from that segment. We didn't need it. They could have kept that. So they bring Charisse out, and Andy wants us to know that Charisse was not asked back to attack Karen. They really wanted her there. She didn't beg to be there. It really doesn't matter that you're saying this because she made herself look really stupid in the season. I wanted Charisse back, but Charisse was a flop. Now, Karen is not one of my faves. She used to be, but she ain't no more. But I'm always stand up for what I think is right. I really don't like the fact that they keep trying to gaslight her about her feelings on Charisse attending her mother's funeral. If she did not see it as a sincere gesture, then that's just what it is, okay? If she don't want to receive the kind gesture, she don't want to receive it. It was really pissing me off that they don't want to understand that. Like, you can say whatever you want out of your mouth. That woman's feelings are her feelings. Of course, it hit me hard because I've been in that situation where people do these things because they want to later on tell you that they did that for you. To hell with people like that. I'm with Karen. If she don't want to talk about her mother's funeral, she don't want to talk about her mother's funeral. And I'm sick of, like, Andy was about to piss me off in this moment. He really was. I didn't like that. And she asked, can we not talk about my mom's funeral anymore? Like, y'all don't know. Like, I don't like it. I don't like it. Andy, you still have your mother living. Giselle still has her mother living. So does Robyn. And even though Charisse has lost both her parents, she cannot tell Karen how to feel about how she feels. Like, I don't understand. One day you guys will know. And maybe, hopefully, then you'll realize, like, what y'all did to Karen, that was nasty. We find out that pretty much everything that Charisse was saying about the Karen sexing the workers in the bathroom was all bullshit. But I knew that was some bullshit. Like, if you want us to believe that Karen has a side dude, I could believe that because her husband is old. If you want us to believe that maybe she got one or two side dudes, I can also believe that. But the way that they was trying to make it seem like Karen was just going from place to place, just throwing that cooch everywhere, it wasn't believable. And if that really was to be the case, it seemed like Charisse, you was jealous that that wasn't you. But we find out you only said that because you were mad that she repeated that you were banned from certain functions because you were attacking families. Whatever, girl. One thing about Robyn, she gonna find a way to embarrass herself. And that's what she did on this episode. The entire time that she's speaking about her wedding, and it was just cringe. It was just really cringe. It was just like, really, Robyn? All of this for us to find out what we found out? Girl, I guess. I mean, she's really sitting up there thinking she got away scot-free. She didn't know what was coming, huh? I mean, she knew what happened. She just didn't know that we would find out what happened. And it's just really annoying. It's just like, girl, you look like a fool. But I guess she don't care because she been looking like a fool. This is not something that bothers her. What I did find interesting, though, is when Andy asked her about how Juan feels about the rumors that Karen was repeating and this, that, and the third. And she really sat up there and tried to make it seem like her and her man was innocent. He really doesn't like it. He doesn't like his name being involved in it. He doesn't like his name being involved with stuff like that because he doesn't bother anyone. But his wife is attached to someone who bothers everyone. She said he don't watch the show. So, okay, that's understandable. But you know what you be doing on this show. You know what you and Giselle do. You know what your bestie does on this show. You should always expect Juan to catch a stray. You should always expect that. Because she don't have no man. So the strays are going to have to hit your man. Talking about he just don't know why people won't leave him alone. Did you care about Ray when you was doing the shit that you was doing? Does Giselle care about anybody when she does the stuff that she does? You are attached to her, so you will forever catch her strays. They talk about Family Flop Day looking like it was just thrown together or whatever. And she says, well, it was very last minute. Yeah, we know it was very last minute because you came up with the idea on the spot to be a jerk to Wendy. And you look crazy. You looked really crazy. You looked desperate. And you should be embarrassed. They bring up her wanting Wendy's children to attend the event without Wendy, but with Auntie Candiace. And I said it earlier in the season when this shit first happened, how the thought of Candiace having 3 small children who don't know Candiace like that, it brought me so much anxiety just thinking about it. Just thinking about it, it gave me anxiety. Like, who, like, what? You're a mother. You really thought that that was a good idea? Then try to throw it back at Wendy. Well, if it's really about the kids, then the kids would be here. With Candiace, you wanted Candiace to take 3 small children to an event like that. Somebody on Twitter said that if the kids had gotten hurt, that Robyn would turn the other way because she don't like Wendy. At the top of the season, I would have disagreed with that statement. I can't disagree with that statement now. I read that and I was like, damn. But you made a point. Because her and Giselle made it a point to say how much they can't stand Wendy. They saw that woman get assaulted and treated so badly, and they didn't give a damn because they don't like her. But you wanted her children to come with someone else to your event. I'm really disappointed in Robyn. I expect Giselle to be trash. I really do. But Robyn, I really thought you were better than this. And while we on the topic, I'm really trying to understand why Juan could not show up. He said he had surgery or whatever on his teeth, right? And so his jaw was swollen. Put on a COVID mask. Those are the things you do for that woman you love. You show up. Put on a mask. Nobody would have known. So they asked her about this lawsuit coming out of Coppin State. And she's pretty much saying that they use Juan for clickbait. I don't know that they use Juan for clickbait. I feel like they definitely filed the suit during the Potomac season because they wanted it to get attention, for sure. Maybe if you call that clickbait or whatever. But if this stuff really went down like the way the articles say it went down, people needed to know this. People needed to know this. You're sitting up there saying you don't like that they use Juan for clickbait when your best friend did what she did to Chris. Robyn, I'm going to need for you to make it make some type of sense for me. So you see how ugly these things can get. You had all season to prepare some answers, and you just keep giving goofy answer after goofy answer. I just didn't too much care for the response. I wasn't really expecting too much of nothing because I know with lawsuits, you got to be very careful what you say. But this is the man you married, girl. You was sitting there like, yeah, we're married and this and that and that. And we're really happy that we did it at home. And you thought we was not going to know what was really going on at y'all house. That's sad. I did notice that Giselle was yawning during that segment. I found that to be very odd. Like, she didn't even try to hide it either. So we have the husband segment, and I think I'm going to skip right on over G and Mia because at this point we know that Mia does nothing but lie, and I am not the least bit interested in nothing else that lady has going on. The way I plan to ignore her if y'all bring her back, because I mean, it's just lie after lie after lie after lie. It's just like, what is even the point to talk about any of it? There's no point. She lied and she made her husband sit on that stage and perform another lie for us. I don't care. I do not care. We all knew she was a liar. But this episode, this last week, we have really truly learned that this lady, there's just nothing there but lies. This is terrible. That's shameful. Child, Chris comes out there and he ready for all the smoke. Okay, he wants to waste no more time. He's been waiting 10 months for his name to be cleared. And Chris wants to know why Giselle agreed to go back to the room if she was uncomfortable. When she realized Glam wasn't there, why did she welcome him into the room? You knew nobody was there. Like, what's really the tea? And we still waiting for her to answer because I don't think she ever answered that. She says, well, you lied on me as far as asking me to go back to my room. You asked me. I didn't tell you that. And it's just like, only thing I learned from that segment is that you put on your robe and you lay on the bed in the room with the man you said makes you uncomfortable. Giselle, you are really a liar. Giselle, you really are something terrible. You felt uncomfortable. You would sit down on the bed, lay down on the bed. Giselle starts copping pleas. She starts making excuses. She's just all over the place. Just all over the place. 1 minute, well, I'm sorry for saying sneaky link. You know, when I went back and I watched it, I realized I was really wrong for saying that. But you did interviews. And you stood on what you said. You did an interview 2 weeks before the reunion saying how you held back, but that's what the reunion is for. You're going to tell it all when you get to the reunion. And now you're apologizing for saying sneaky link? Giselle, you're lying. Giselle was lying. Ashley was lying. Y'all are really trash human beings for what y'all tried to do to Chris. I will say, I don't think Giselle's intention was to make Chris look like a creep. I think her intention was more so she wanted to be able to be like, oh, Candiace, your man want me. That's what she wanted to do. Now, Ashley wanted Chris to look like a creep because her husband is a creep. They put their raggedy plans together, and this is what we got. A trash season. Like, honestly, though, I really don't think it was Giselle's intention to make Chris look like a predator. Because I think she liked Chris. I already told y'all I think she wants Chris. She does. She not going to go there because it's a white man. But she liked Chris. She do. And she flirt with him because he's a safe option. She know he ain't going to go there with her. But she want Chris. Secretly, deep down inside, she likes Chris. She does. She ain't fooling me. I don't think she wanted Chris to look like a predator. But she definitely wanted Chris to look like he had a little bit of Jamal in him. But see, this is why you don't play those games. And this is why you don't use the language that she was using. Because you cannot control how other people interpret what you put out there. It's very dangerous what she did. It's very, very dangerous what she did. And I wish she could have just owned it and said, you know what? I'm sorry. This got out of hand. I never meant for it to look this way. Because you can't say he did something to me. He put me in the position. You guys both put yourselves in that position. Because Chris, as much as I'm riding for Chris, you had no business going in that room to talk to Giselle. And I do believe that Chris had pure intentions, but you're dealing with a messy, messy, messy person. Her whole life is this show. You should have known that she would use any little thing you give her. She will always use it against your wife. So, yeah, Chris shouldn't have gone in the room with you, but you also welcomed him into your room. When you saw that no one was there, you easily could have said, Chris, don't come up in here right now. Let's talk in the hallway. But now we find out you were so comfortable that you went and laid down on the bed while he was talking. If he is wrong for coming into the room, you are also wrong for allowing him into the room. It's not like he shoved you into the room. You opened the door, you saw nobody was in there, you proceeded to go in the room, and you allowed him to come in the room as well. They show us some unseen footage from Cal. Cal's full of shit. He was lying through his teeth. It must be exhausting being Giselle's personal hype man. Candiace lets Giselle know that she thinks she's a trash individual, that she is soulless, and that she uses her white privilege to sit on this stage and tell lies. And I didn't feel no kind of way about it. I wasn't mad at Candiace one bit, because sometimes you got to say some stuff to pierce people when they have tried you. And I didn't care too much about what Candiace said. I wasn't mad at it. And Wendy, you hush. Wendy jumping up to say, oh, Andy, can I say something? You're sitting up there telling her to be mindful of how she's speaking to Giselle. Were they mindful of how they treated you? The way that they dogged you in Miami, were they mindful about how that looked? Wendy really irritated me with that. Were they mindful about how the way they treated you? They're sitting there present day and they still don't give a damn about nothing that happened to you. But Candiace got to be mindful, right? Because she's the black woman. Giselle has taken many opportunities to remind us that she's a light-skinned woman with green eyes. She even credited the show's success to her and Robyn being light-skinned women with green eyes. But Candiace shouldn't point out the fact that she has privilege because of her skin's close proximity to whiteness. She's very proud of it. So Candiace calling out her white skin, did it sound bad? It could sound bad, but I understood what she was saying, so it was what it was. I just don't feel like Candiace is wrong when the woman herself has stated many a times how proud she is to be light-skinned with green eyes. I don't think Candiace was wrong to say, like, yes, your aesthetic affords you a privilege to sit up here and lie. A woman, my complexion, comes forth and says, this white man did this to me, it would have been a whole different situation. And everybody sat there knowing that she wasn't lying. And Wendy feeling like she had to come in there and save this woman who has treated you like scum the entire season is another form of colorism. Feeling that you have to be the agreeable dark-skinned black woman. Giselle knowing that she's the preference. And Candiace, you are not. I'm going to tell everybody your man wanted me and they're going to believe me. If that ain't some Karen shit, I don't know what is. Anyways, Chris accepts Giselle's apology. Candiace does not accept it, and I was with Candiace 100%. And if Chris was my brother, I would have called him soon after their reunion aired and cussed him out. You don't accept that apology. It was a bullshit apology because she shouldn't have. That wasn't the apology she was supposed to have made. But whatever, Chris. You know what? You cannot reprogram people. They are who they are. Chris, now I know why you don't want to sue nobody, because you would make for a terrible client. You don't accept this type of apology, Chris. You don't. But again, he too nice for his own good. I just know that this kindness that you put out into the world, God blesses you in other ways, because I know people was mad. They said he cussed Giselle out, as he should. He should have gone harder. But anyways, they wrapped that on up. They switched segments. They talking about Miami and the drunkenness that happened in Miami. Oh, I forgot. They asked Ray about how he felt about all the accusations aimed at his wife. And he said he was disappointed with the group and they were all bullshit. And I know that's right, Ray. You better stand by your wife. Shoot. You know what? Y'all can't never tell me nothing bad about Uncle Ray. Okay, I love him. I love Ray. Ray, you all right with me. Because the stuff they were saying about Karen, it was just trash. It was just trash. It really was. It was pathetic. And y'all really thought y'all made Karen look bad, but y'all made yourselves look stupid and corny. And speaking of corny, they also talk about how they all showed each other their coochies in the bathroom when they was in Miami. And it's just like, that ain't the story Ashley told. That is not the story Ashley told. We all sitting up here calling Mia a liar, which she definitely is. But Ashley and Giselle, them two heifers can lie. How that turn? Child. And Wendy, you are indeed corny. Let the record show that they said I had the prettiest coochie. Child. Wendy, I don't know what we're going to do with you, Wendy. Wendy, I be fighting for you, but you be embarrassing me too sometimes. You really do. Like, girl, what did that have to do with anything? That was your moment to say, I don't know where this story came from, that I would, whatever with Mia, but it was just as innocent as we were all in the bathroom being playful and drunk. That was your moment to check lying ass Mia and lying ass Ashley, but I guess you wasn't going to do that. Child, they ended it out with playing Candiace's song on the Bluetooth, and I was here for that. Yeah, all the hoes had to dance to my girl's accomplishment. Hating ass heifers. No, I'm playing. No, but I really like that song by Candiace. I can't watch the video too much because it has a Mr. S in it. I don't too much like them. I don't like Slytherins, but I do love the song, and I think the video is cute. I watched it once. But I have listened to the song. I have streamed the music. I support mine, okay? But child, this unseen one-on-one between Andy and Robyn, really, they could have kept it. If they weren't going to have Juan and Robyn there together, answering the questions together, letting Juan tell this lying-ass story himself, what are we supposed to do with this? Why are we supposed to care about this? This hotel explanation is rubbish. It's rubbish and nobody is buying it. Nobody is buying it. And then her saying that she was waiting for Karen to bring it. She kept bringing Karen up. And I just was like, girl, what are you doing? Like, what are you doing, Robyn? You sound ridiculous. Anyways, that's pretty much all that happened. They could have gave us something else instead of this Robyn one-on-one, because she bombed. It's like you had time to prepare. You hid this story for so long. I don't care now. I don't care now. She didn't clear nothing up. We don't believe the stuff that she did tell us. It was dumb. It was really dumb. They hyped it up. This 90-minute part 3 reunion, child, we didn't want it. We didn't want it. Nothing was there. Nothing. But yeah, that's pretty much it. You know, thank you guys so much for watching. Watching my recaps of season 7, because baby, we had a time, all right. We did. Thanks to all the new subscribers that I've gained throughout this season. I will definitely be reviewing the Ultimate Girls Trip Thailand. The little trailer that they teased at Bravo, that shit looked good. And Portia and Candiace gonna be asking the questions that we wanted to know. I'm gonna be here for that. I plan on enjoying it, and I hope that Candiace is taking digs at Grizzly the entire time. But I'm here for it. So please like, comment, and subscribe. Thanks for watching. Hopefully you watch my recaps on the Ultimate Girls Trip.